In only a 4-year span, the Lakers drafted all of these young stars that could build a true contender. Just look at all that talent. Today, however, not a single one of them is on the team. They traded away all of them to create a short-term championship team that right now looks like it's going nowhere. So let's go back to the time when the future looked bright in LA to see how the Lakers managed to destroy the best young core in recent history. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Kobe Bryant's 60 points in his last game and his subsequent retirement marked a new era in the NBA, but especially for the Lakers. The first season without him in 2016-2017 was almost designed for them to tank and get rid of the pieces that were still hanging on from the Kobe era. Guys like Nick Young, Metta World Peace, and Lou Williams. It was time for a rebuild and a fresh start with young talent. LA finished the year with the second overall draft pick and got their point guard in Lonzo Ball. At the same time, they traded away D'Angelo Russell and Timofey Mozgov for Brook Lopez and the 27th pick that became Kyle Kuzma. So at the start of the 2017-2018 season, LA had Lonzo Ball, Jordan Clarkson, Josh Hart, KCP, and Alex Caruso in the backcourt. Then Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Kyle Kuzma, and Larry Nance Jr. at the wing. And finally, Brook Lopez and Ivica Zubac as their big man. Looking back, this is an absolutely stacked roster. And right away, Lonzo brought back some Showtime vibes with flashy dimes leading to great finishes. These passes brought the excitement from the crowd as it was obvious that players were having fun on the basketball court and the fans could feel that. Kyle Kuzma also had a great rookie season. The 27th pick of the draft surprised everyone as he balled out mostly from the bench, finishing the season with all-rookie first-team honors. And when Brandon Ingram knocked down this three for the win against Philly, he showed that he had that cold-blooded stance and pure shot just like Kevin Durant. Speaking of KD, another LA youngster had a very close interaction with him. Larry Nance Jr. first stole this pass, gave it to KCP, and ran along the right side on the break, got the ball back, and posterized Durant.
KCP in the middle, bounce, Larry Nance! Look at Larry Nance! Throw that baby down!
Throwing down one of the sickest dunks of the year. Both him and Josh Hart were also getting 20+ minutes a game, playing extremely hard. Jordan Clarkson was almost the same player back then that we know today, slicing through the defense and firing away heat check shots. He was contributing with 14.5 points per game of his own, as well as Brook Lopez and KCP, who both had over 13 points every night. The Lakers had a great piece at every position. But then, in February 2018, Clarkson and Nance were shipped out to Cleveland just before the trade deadline for Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye, both on expiring contracts. Looking back at this one, it must have been pre-orchestrated by the team's GM to clear up some cap space for the upcoming offseason to try and pursue LeBron James or Paul George, because there shouldn't be any reason to make this awful trade. The sole fact that the players LA got are both retired now tells the whole story about who is the loser. Nevertheless, the young squad finished the season with a decent record of 35-47. But instead of thinking of slow growth and steady development, all the expectations suddenly skyrocketed in LA when LeBron James picked the Lakers as his next career chapter. Immediately, this came with some collateral damage. Coming out of a career-best season of 16 points and 8 rebounds on 56% from the field, Julius Randle was a free agent as his rookie contract expired. The Lakers decided to lose him for nothing as they didn't pay the 2-year $18 million contract that Randle got from the Pelicans. And Julius justified that investment as he exploded the following season, scoring 21.5 points and 8.5 rebounds per game. Brook Lopez also took off to Milwaukee, where he would become an NBA champion and establish himself as a prolific defender and a three-point shooter. To fill up the roster around James, they signed Rajon Rondo, JaVale McGee, Lance Stevenson, and a couple of less significant players. LeBron was locked in from the start, looking fresh and energetic as always. Despite it being a huge shift of playing style and personnel, the Lakers started to find their rhythm and played better and better. So right at Christmas, after 36 games, they found themselves at number 4 in the West. And look, they're absolutely dismantling possibly the best offensive squad of all time, the Golden State Warriors with Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Klay Thompson. But the peak of their season is also the moment when it went downhill for them, as LeBron slips and falls, injuring his groin. With James out of the lineup for a large portion of the season, the team looked almost unrecognizable, so there were moments like this of Lance Stevenson and JaVale McGee running the show and acting like Magic and Kareem. With shenanigans like this, LA quickly slipped down the standings out of playoff contention. Everyone had their hopes up for the return of LeBron, but he was far from his usual self, probably coming back too early to try and save the season. Then, his body language also started to change and show signs of displeasure. The front office felt the pressure of the win now mentality, so they knew they had to make changes. But nobody could have predicted this sudden move to trade Ivica Zubac along with Michael Beasley for Mike Muscala. That's it. That's the trade. The Lakers literally gave away a great developing piece, hoping to stretch the floor for LeBron with Muscala. Rumor has it that Jerry West, a consultant for the Clippers at the time, couldn't believe how Zubac fell into his lap and together with some friends shared a hearty laugh at the Lakers' expense at a dinner shortly after the trade. This move did not change anything, of course, so in April, Magic Johnson gave one of the all-time strangest interviews when he decided to step down from the GM position right before a game.
So today, I'm going to step down as the president. I've been talking to people walking here. We've been talking about next year, and I'm sitting there saying, I'm not gonna be here.
While Lakers Nation was in shambles, Rob Pelinka took his position and got on the hot seat. He didn't waste any time, proving to the team that the trust they have in him is justified. And speaking of trust, PristineAuction.com are the most trusted sports memorabilia and collectibles auction site, and shout out to them for sponsoring this video. Auctions on PristineAuction.com start at just $1, and each day there are over thousands of autographed items available. So you win signed authentic signatures at affordable prices. Hey, even I don't have anything signed in here. Affordable deals are happening all the time on PristineAuction.com, and they have just about every player you could want. So if you want old school or new school, they've got you. Every item on PristineAuction.com comes with a certificate of authenticity from the industry's most reputable authenticators. And best of all, they've supplied me with a giveaway for all of you. A signed Shaq jersey. This is your chance to win. All you have to do is just sign up on their website using my registration code HEAT. The links are in the description. First thing he did a couple of days into his new office was firing Luke Walton and hiring Frank Vogel as the new head coach for the team. But that was just the beginning. In the meantime, there was a Mexican standoff going on between them and the Pelicans. Everyone knew that LA wanted him and that Davis wanted to go there, but the asking price from New Orleans was too high. On June 15, however, Pelinka pulled the trigger, trading away Lonzo, Ingram, and Hart along with 3 first-round picks and 1 pick swap. All of that, the team's youth and future for Anthony Davis, and the chance to win as many championships as possible now. Ingram quickly became the face of the Pelicans franchise, having moments like this game-winning fadeaway bucket against the Jazz.
Brandon with 2 on the clock for the win. Yes, got it! 2/10 of a second to go. Brandon Ingram coming through the pressure.
Or throwing down poster dunks like this one, it's easy to see why. With career-high averages of almost 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, B.I. earned his first All-Star nod and was awarded the Most Improved Player of the Year. Lonzo returned strong from the injury, posting 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists per game, along with 1.5 steals in his first outing as a Pelican, making a huge jump in his three-point efficiency as well, from the low 30% to 37.5% on high volume of shots from downtown. and these full-court alley-oop passes to the high-flying rookie Zion Williamson became his trademark. Josh Hart, with 10 points and 6.5 rebounds per game, also established himself as a reliable sixth man for the team. Back on the Lakers side of things, from that promising young core, Kuzma, Caruso, and KCP were the only ones left, but it was worth it. Pelinka signed 10 more players through the next couple of days to shape the roster just the way it needed to be. After a 4-month break due to COVID, they competed for a championship in a once-in-a-lifetime experiment called the Bubble. Over there, Kyle Kuzma took a deep minutes cut and a bench role throughout LA's championship campaign. But whenever he got a chance to rock the rim like this one right here against the Rockets, he used it. Alex Caruso made a ton of highlight plays, mostly on the defensive end, whether it was a steal that led to a fast break dunk by James or a chase down monster block like this on Harden when everyone already gave up on the play. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope always stayed ready in the corner, patiently waiting for a shot, and boy was he huge late in Game 3 of the finals. Up by 2 in transition with less than 3 minutes to play, Bron passes the ball to KCP in the right corner, bang! Then, a minute later, gets the ball on the perimeter against Robinson, penetrates for the layup and puts the Lakers up by 7 with 2 minutes left, and eventually they won the game, going up by 3-1 in the final series. And we know how this ends. The Lakers win it all, their 17th championship, to finally tie the Celtics, and James praises everyone for the work they did, including himself.
We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect too.
Finally, it all made sense. It was worth it giving away all those young players and breaking up a terrific nucleus, right? Well, the following year, injuries to the superstars who missed the majority of the regular season cost them a lot, and when playoff time came, they weren't in the same rhythm as they were in the bubble. They lacked the energy and cohesiveness even before AD got hurt again in Game 4. The Suns were too much for the decimated Lakers as they knocked them out in 6 games. Once again, as a win-now move, the summer of 2021 brought another Hollywood kind of swap. Rob Pelinka sent Kyle Kuzma, KCP, and Montrezl Harrell to the Wizards for Russell Westbrook as part of a 5-team trade. And Alex Caruso took the bigger paycheck by the Bulls later in that offseason, move that it's still being criticized for LA, letting him go that easy. With these final moves, officially in the 2021-22 season, there wasn't any of the promising young talents that the Lakers had in 2017-18 when the future sure looked bright. But this experiment failed miserably as they didn't even make the playoffs, mainly due to injuries but also because of how badly they fit.
This is how it began, Doris.
Yeah. Anthony goes over to Dwight. When Dwight stands up, Anthony puts his hands on him, and that seems to agitate Dwight Howard. And this interaction?
Let's just get this out of the way, please. The Lakers are a national basketball atrocity. Let's just call it what it is. They're an atrocity, and it starts from the top down.
A first-round exit followed by missing the playoffs completely and the roster being stuck with no chance of making a significant change completely shifted the narrative, with some Lakers fans now regretting that the team gave away all those young players that went on to become significant pieces for other teams. Right now, with the possibility of missing the playoffs yet again, there is an obvious threat of the championship window being fully closed for LeBron and the Lakers. And if that's the case, I ask you, NBA fans and especially Laker fanatics, was it all worth it for a ring in the bubble? Let me know in the comments. That's it for now. Subscribe and talk to you in the next one. Peace out.